Hey, it is 12:34. Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. We're coming to you live from our Tower District studios in beautiful Fresno. Not as hot today, but get ready for 108 by Sunday. I am Austin Reed. Thank you for joining us. Our next guest is Peter Fong with SCORE. He is joining us live via Zoom. Peter, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us today. We have a lot to talk about. Number one, I want to start with the story of SCORE for folks that are watching today or on our replay. What is SCORE?
Well, we've started this organization, nonprofit organization, in conjunction with the Small Business Administration, and in partner with them, we are providing mentoring and educational workshops at no cost for small businesses across the country.
Big question, how did you survive during the pandemic?
Well, much better than most organizations out there. We've been around since 1964, and we've seen all types of economic crises and disasters, and none as bad as the pandemic of 2020. SCORE was probably the 411 call for small business out there. So consider us the Red Cross. And in a disaster, many small businesses didn't make it, and some did. And those that survive today and are much better off and more lean. And we have so many new entrepreneurs coming forward that really want to start a business during this pandemic. You would think the opposite.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, we've been interviewing a lot of small businesses that did, break ground during COVID. So, just goes to show you how resilient we are here, especially in the Central Valley. I do want to talk about some of the challenges, though, navigating the CARES Act. Talk more about that.
That was get those numbers out there real quick for disaster, which is understandable. However, part of the CARES Act, the main part of that was the PPP, is the Payroll Protection Program, and that was forbearance for businesses on giving relief for payroll and rent. And it was adjusted on several occasions. The week is going to be rolled out. There's issues in the documentation from the SBA and the lenders on the promissory notes, so there's a delay on that. I mean, you've got probably 500,000 people at your doorsteps waiting for you to open, and they delayed about a week. Just a lot of confusion, anxiety out there, and just the system alone and the manpower of pushing that much money out in such a short period of time, it had its challenges. It took about 2 weeks for the shakeout. The website crashed. Anxiety of small business. They called us. They couldn't get through to the SBA. And we were kind of the comforting counselors for them. We're here to help you. Just be patient and get through it. We did get through it. And then once we did get through it, when you're pushing that kind of money out there, that there's a lot of identity theft and a lot of that. And what you see today, especially on unemployment, it's been a horrifying experience to the taxpayers out there. I know Washington State had $1 billion in unemployment from the scammers out of Nigeria, and the recent unemployment was $400 billion, and 70% of it was to Russia and China. So things like that come out, and when you're pushing that kind of money out, it's a system we're in today. The technology is challenging, but the business that did survive and did get the PPP loans, they are here today, and we will be working with them in 2022, and they are in much better shape.
What about some of the opportunities like the rapid marketing strategies or the lender relations, and then, of course, that the internet becoming kind of your best source, for updates in all of this? It's changed a lot.
Yeah, the internet's been around since the mid '80s, but yet it's taken focus the past year, especially for us. We we are always face to face, in person, but the internet changed everything. And how do you get hold of people? We adapted to Zoom early in March of last year, and we just did a whole month of training. Small businesses that were hit that weren't involved with the internet, they slowly migrated over there, and it wasn't so much as a loss of business, but the loss of customers and suppliers. And working through those, the ones that survived today, they got through that process, and they're here with us today. And you'll hear some of these success stories as we go through the balance of this year.
And finally, save the date, July 15th, you're having a virtual small business town hall. It starts at 10 a.m., will go until noon. Let's talk more about that.
Yes, we hear from so many businesses out there that made it and didn't make it, and we want to hear from them. What was your story? What was your journey during the pandemic? I think with an open conversation or town hall a session like that, we're going to learn from each other. We made mistakes, but we also learn together. And for the businesses, especially in the restaurant businesses, where it's a real hospitality business, is how to stay connected with customers and vendors. Disruption of vendors, as you know, even in the grocery stores, has been problematic. But now that's all coming back online. So we're going to hear from the public and the real stories of some of the heroes. We will have the SBA on the panel. We're going to have marketing people. We will have banks on there that we can talk about how they reacted to the PP and how they provided services to small businesses out there. Even though you've made it today, it's going to be connecting even more tomorrow. And so we want to be sure we get that message out there. And you don't have to go long. And America is really resilient out there with the folks we have. The Central Valley has really put forth some really great entrepreneurs, and we look forward to hearing more of it.
All right, well, check it out, virtual town hall. People can get more information at centralvalley.score.org. Is that right?
Yes.
And you can sign up there.
Yes, and it'll be up there. We'll have it on Facebook for you, and just check with centralvalleyscore.org, and there's an events page on there, and we'll be happy to send you the registration link. There's no cost to you, and we have an open forum, and we can take as many people that want to come in the room.
Yeah, and totally free, which is great. Peter, thanks for everything that you're doing here in the Central Valley. Peter Fong, District Director of the Central California SCORE organization. Peter, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you. We look forward to seeing you in the future calls. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye now.
I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. We're back with another live local guest coming right up. Stay with us.